Hello, Jeff Pax, Corporate Chef, Research and Development for Blodgett Combi USA. Today we're going to be going over the aspects of batch cooking chicken wings. And we're going to do the batch cooking in one of our hydrovection, or you can also do it in the Combi, one of our Combi lines, and we're going to be featuring our SmartTouch. Okay, we're going to simply turn it on and hit the power button. Now we have a choice of items to choose from our main screen. And in this case, we're going to save and label the cooking process to a program. And in this case, we're doing our wings batch. So I'm going to menu edit, and I'm going to choose edit items. Now notice here you have a list of icons. That's my database. I am now building my database. When this fills up, you're going to get an arrow, and then you'll start adding on more items into your database. In this case, we're going to add a new. I like to start from the top and work my way down. In this case, we're going to start with a photo. And because it's chicken, I'm going to hit chicken. Now I'm going to label it. Hit this box right here. And I have two boxes in order to spell out my program. In this case, it's going to be wings batch. Wings. I'm going to go to the second box. I'm going to spell out batch. And I made a mistake. So in this case, we're just going to hit that back button to eliminate that character. Perfect. Hit enter to save. Now we're going to go ahead and give it the proper steps inside of the cooking program. I can give this product 9 different processes, 9 different steps inside of one cooking program. It's really interesting because I can make all these adjustments. In this case, because it's a wings batch, I'm going to set a preheat. Here's our easy format, and then we're going to set the temperature. I'm going to preheat the oven to 500 degrees. Hit save. And now I'm going to go ahead and hit a quick preheat, and I just want to hit 1 second. Put a fan speed on here, turbo, so I can get that preheated quickly. That's all I really want to concern myself right now with the preheat. Next step, I'm going to add a step, and I'm going to hit the plus button. Now, anything in green, that is the process that I'm working on. So step number 2 is going to be my first cooking phase. Now, as you all know, after the preheat, when we're properly grilling, I want to sear. I want to lock these juices in. So in that case, step number 2 is going to be my high sear. So I'm going to bring this to a 480 level. Save. And I'm going to set my time now for the searing, and I'm going to sear it for 4 minutes. Save. I'm going to leave the fan on turbo. I'm not too concerned about a reversible fan because it's just a 4-minute process. My humidity, I'm going to leave it 0. And what's nice about this, I'm going to open the vent to make sure that any humidity is evacuated. Vent open. Now that I have that in, I'm going to add a third step. And what do? We hit the plus button. And now I'm going to adjust my parameters inside of my step 3. And you notice we're going down now. I'm going to take it down from the searing level, and now I'm going to soften the temperature, and we're going to bring that temperature down to a 375. Save. I'm going to adjust my time on that. Instead of 4 minutes, I'm going to start slow cooking it. I'm going to give it a 2-minute cook cycle. I'm also going to adjust my fan. I'm going to bring my fan down to a high. Again, I'm not too concerned with my rotation because it's just a 2-minute cycle, but I am going to adjust my humidity. And I'm going to go ahead and cook with 40% humidity. Save. And I'm going to keep my vent open. So again, now you can see I've started out from a high sear, and now I'm working down, and I'm going to start adding more humidity, and I'm going to start doing a slower cook. I'm going to add a 4th step. On my 4th step, I'm going to bring my temperature down. So we're going to add a plus. We're going to hit the temperature, and that 375 is now going to come down to 340. I'm going to cook that time. My cook time on that is also going to be another 2 minutes. I'm going to leave the fan at high. Not concerned about the temperature rotation right now. I'm going to adjust my humidity level. Instead of 40, I'm going to go ahead and take that to 30%. Again, I'm going to leave my vent open. Notice now, so we're going from a high, now I'm doing a slow cook inside the middle. We're going to take it to a 5th step. Now, inside of step 5, we're going to add another step. So our 340 now, I'm going to start upping our temperature and we'll get back to our parameters because I'm pretty much achieving now where I get a nice cook going as far as with these wings. So I'm going to bring that 340 up to a 375. And for the 375, I'm going to leave it for 2 minutes. I'm going to leave the fan on high. No rotation on the fan. And I'm going to go ahead and now I'm going to start adjusting my humidity. So that 30 is going to come back now to a 10. Again, leaving the vent open. Now if you notice here, I have all these processes inside of one program. Reason for it that you're going to see when we're inside, when we've saved and labeled it, you're going to see the cooking quality and the cooking results. Our last and final step is going to be step number 6. And basically we're bringing the temperature back up. I'm drying out the cabinet. I'm eliminating any extra moisture to complete the process. Step number 6, I'm going to add my temperature back up to 480 from the 375. 2-minute cycle. I'm going to boost that fan to a turbo. And I'm going to eliminate my moisture from 10% to 0. And I'm going to continue to leave my vent open. So our batch wings are complete. All the steps are in process. Now we're going to save it. This little disc right here, that saves it. Now I'm going to go back to our main screen. Back one more. And we're going to move that into a folder. I like to call my programs, and when I'm moving it into a program, I like to refer to it as a folder. But in this case, that's actually going to be our category. So I'm going to take that program, put it into my category, and now you notice here, these are my host of items that I have on my screen right now as far as inside of my touchscreen. So I'm going to go to poultry. I like the name. I'm not going to edit the name, but I'm going to select an item. You notice anything that's highlighted in blue, now that goes into my category, or what I like to refer to as my folder. So anytime that I'm highlighting something, this is where I'm building my database inside of, in this case, a poultry category. So there's my wings batch, highlighted. Now it's in the folder. Hit the escape. Always hit save. Anytime something flashes or you see the word save, that's where you want to save. Now it's in there. Now we have our item inside of our category. Now let's go ahead and start the cooking process. From this point now, we're going to hit the escape. And I'm going to get back to my main screen. And hit escape one more time. Now here's my main screen. I'm going to go to menu. And look at that. There's my database. I'm going to hit poultry. And what do we got there? Wings batch. You'll notice right now our cooking program has just started, and it's in the preheat phase. That was step number 1. You can also double check, and you'll see it flashing. That's the internal temperature of the cabinet itself. You can also hold the button right here, and that'll give you also the temperature of the internal cabinet. Now that our oven is under preheat, we're going to go ahead and prep the wings. Thawed out fresh wings. No longer you need to deep fry these things. We're going to batch cook, so basically we're par cooking, and what I recommend is to do this in the morning for afternoon service, or for come lunchtime for dinner service. Do it fresh every day, and then this way it's not going to hold in your cooler overnight. So basically I'm going to oil of choice, whether it's vegetable oil, I prefer olive oil. We're going to coat our wings, and we're going to put it right on the sheet tray. Now in this case, I just want to kind of give you a visual, but I can do a full load in the full-size hydrovection. I can do approximately 250 to 275 wings all at one time inside of that one process. But in this case, I'm going to separate out into 2 sheet trays. Now we're just going to lightly season with some sea salt or kosher salt. And if you prefer, you can just do white pepper, but I just like to use salt. Notice our unit is all ready to go. When you get that green arrow, that means you're good to go. So let's go ahead and load our product up. At this point right now, if I did have 5 trays, I got 5 shelves. Workable shelves. Our nice double pane glass doors are going to allow us to watch and view the cooking process. One thing real quick, now it's ready to go. We have our green button. I'm going to push that green button. Now it's engaged. Notice on here our timing is starting to count down. We have everything labeled, and this is again in process number 1. So you're going to see it's in turbo mode, 0% humidity, 480 degrees. Here's our labeling. As far as it says wings prep, it's got all your information, all data, everything that we've said on there. If I would have had a reversible fan, it's going to give me an indication on that. Open vent. All these parameters we have put in to the SmartTouch. In this case, we're running in our hydrovection unit. But everything right there is now it's going to count down to the appropriate cooking time, and you're going to be able to see the different steps as it goes through the 2-minute cycles, and the 3-minute cycles, and the 4-minute cycles. Notice now we're going into the next mode. Switch right over. Inside, you'll notice now, folks, we have our turbo fan and we're searing our chicken. You can see the juices are all locked in to the chicken itself. So nothing is escaping. This is also going to give you a nice clean cabinet. If you notice on here now, we're going to get ready to switch into our next process. The indicator right there is showing 1. Now it's in the next process. You see the changes now. It's in a new temperature mode, a new humidity mode. Fan speed would have adjusted as far as if I would have adjusted it to a high, a low, or a gentle, or a turbo. All these parameters just made my shift just to verify our cooking process. Notice, I wanted to get a close-up shot on this. Can you see the chicken? It's bubbling, it's happy. The searing has all been locked inside, and the juices have not escaped. It's also giving me, maintaining a cleaner cabinet for me. So you're getting benefits from product quality, not only from a better yield, but you're going to have a nice, fresh, clean product, and I'm also helping to keep my cabinet clean. Okay, our product's done. You hear it beeping. The indicator tells me it's done. I'm going to go ahead and take it out. I like to let the fan subside before I swing the doors open. We're going to hit that. Lovely. Nice. Look at those wings. This is step 1 of these wings. Look at that. Still plump, juicy, healthy integrity as far as on the yield. Okay, now we're done and we've completed our batch cooking, our process number 1. From here, I would turn around and properly chill it, whether you have a blast chiller or you can chill it as far as on the table and into your cooler. What I recommend is doing your batch cooking in the morning for the afternoon service, or for the afternoon for your dinner service. that keeps and establishes your freshness and keeps and maintains your products with the best quality going as far as the final serving. Here again, you can also finish it in our Blodgett, one of our Blodgett Combis, or if not, if you need to keep that deep fried appearance and deep fried texture, go ahead and put it in deep fryer. It'll probably take about 2 minutes.